On est rendu à freedom and responsibility. I am told that hospitals, jails, almhouses, and insane asylums are for people who are unable to care for themselves properly. Therefore, they are sent to these places where men and women, specially delegated, spend their lives looking after them. So it seems that the incompetent, in addition to not adding to the wealth of the world, actually take competent people from a world of usefulness to minister to them. After a few years as a guard, the man is quite as incompetent as are the prisoners, and more so. Because the prisoner works and the guard does nothing but guard. And for the man who works, there is a chance. But the man who doesn't is damned, body and soul. Hospitals, prisons, and poorhouses are places where people live who can't or won't work. These places do not cure our bodily or social ills. They are palliatives, all. They do not prevent incompetence, nor stop the production of the weak and incompetent. Every year, we have to pull down our hospitals and build greater. Ben Lindsay, Luther Burbank, John Davy, Horace Fletcher, all men, essentially of one type, are working to shut off the regular annual crop of criminals. Preachers have preached their silly tales of where we came from and where we are going to, directing the attention of man from this world to another, and with myth, miracle, mystery, with dead languages, dead ideas, and dead formulas, have scared the world stiff. That's why we are sick. We have bred from the worst in the worst possible way under the worst conditions. We have it thundered at us from a million pulpits that the indissoluble marriage tie was a sacred scheme devised by God Almighty, who also provided that woman shall be incarcerated in a kitchen. The result has been the doormat wife, with a liar for her husband, for men lie only to inferiors and tyrants, and a brood of legitimate candidates for hospitals, poorhouses, and prisons. Christianity was absolutely supreme for 1,000 years. Did she abolish poverty, disease, and crime? Not exactly. These things increased under Christian rule, and religion is not yet willing to step aside and give science a chance. Revivalists get 1,000 children in a room and play on their nervous sensibilities in the name of the gentle Christ. And then the doctors vaccinate them with pus from diseased animals, and we wonder why they die or go insane. The clerics killed Ferrer because he was working to make man free. Freedom means responsibility, and responsibility means the making of decisions. By deciding for ourselves, we grow, and this exercise of the will in deciding what is best to do and doing it is the only method of attaining growth known in nature. But woman's decisions have been made for her by male men, and so low as she sunk that millions of women are willing that this should continue. The passion for freedom is nature's cry for growth. A judge of the Supreme Court of the state of New York once said to me, "Divorce should be as free as marriage. And if it were, there would be no more separations than there are now. We give men and women the right to put their heads into a noose, but decline to let them pull their heads out. Those whom God hath joined together, no man can put asunder. No man can put asunder." Also the word illegitimate should be stricken from the judicial record forever. An act may be illegitimate, but the child never. "Why don't you talk like this in public?" I asked, and the answer was, "If I did, I'd lose my job inside of 24 hours. "Well," I said, "I'll say it for you. If you do and mention my name, but say you will not. You must not quote me. You can agitate. I can only conform." We are ruled by the archaic. We are working to make man free. and only a free people can be a healthy, happy, virtuous, self-reliant, and competent people. Keep her going, but on your life, don't quote me. Here's to Dolodoki to renew my subscription to the Fra. Le Fra, c'est un journal qui a été écrit par Albert Hubbard à l'époque. Dolodosi.